whole time we're together. This is a real truck being driven by a real person on a real bumpy road. So hang on to all those loose objects. If anything falls out of the truck, we will not be able to stop and grab it for you. And if you have little ones with you, they can absolutely sit on your lap or next to you. Either way is perfectly fine. But we want to make sure they're staying there, so we're not lifting anybody up or moving seats or moving anyone around. We are prone to sudden starts and stops at any time out here on the reserve, especially if there's animals in the road. But before we go in, above your head there is an animal spotting guide. I can't promise we'll see everything that's up there, but we're going to be doing our best. Now, who's ready to go on in?
I am!
Just 10. Sorry then. Let's do this. Welcome into the Ontario Forest, everybody. And here the animals do tend to camouflage. We're going to be looking out, but it looks like they're hanging out nearby. So there's a couple birds over there. Those are the saddle-bill storks. They're about 5 feet tall with a 9-foot wingspan. When they communicate, they click and clack their bills together instead of vocalizing like other birds do. And those big antelopes on the other side are the bongo. Bongo have those white stripes on their side. That helps them blend into the environment. It's also one of the road, which is why we're stopped. There we go. So those white stripes on the bongo side helps blend in with sun rays coming in through the forest. They also have slightly smaller legs than other African antelopes, and that helps them get their footing in the forest. And then way across the water over there is an okapi with those zebra striped legs. Across the water all the way to the right. The okapi's closest living relative is the giraffe, not the zebra. They both have a long prehensile tongue. They reach out and grab food from a foot away. And then right here is a greater kudu to our right. They have the same white stripes that the bongo have, but you might notice that she doesn't have any horns. That's because it's a female, and only the males for the greater kudu have horns. And there's one coming towards us over here, while the other one hiding in the bush. Just make sure she doesn't get in the road so we can be safe. Excuse me, ma'am. Thank you. Have a nice day. Let's see who else is hiding out around here. Now on the left, it's going to look like a big rock, but I promise you it isn't. Among the rocks on the left by the cliff, that's a black rhino laying down. On the left-hand side, right to the left of that big tree, he's giving us the worst angle, but it's still an angle. That's the smallest rhino species in Africa, reaching only about 3,000 pounds when they're fully grown. Some of the other cousins get quite a bit bigger. They're also a very solitary species. They prefer to be by themselves most of the time. And now we're going to be heading out of the forest, going a little bit more towards the river. So while we're by the Safi River, you want to keep your eyes on the water, because if there's any big shadows down there, that's a good sign we could be near some hippos. So we're going to watch out for them. Now on the right-hand side, there is a pair of hippos in the water. They're a little hard to see from here, so if you can't see them safely on the... We are going to have more river on the left in just a moment. And also on the right here are the pink-backed pelicans. These large birds get their name from their breeding season with their back legs and neck turn pink. They're also the only pelicans that nest in trees, and they'll be in groups of up to 500 during that time. Now on the left-hand side, if you couldn't see their hippos earlier, that's what's called a float of hippos. But we need to make sure that everyone is fully seated when we get there. That's right, they are called a float when they're all together, which is kind of an ironic name because hippos are mostly muscle. Hippopotamus means water horse, and they get that name from their movement. They sink underwater and they're able to run, walk, and jump on the riverbed. you look really carefully up above us, that's a human. But under us, by the waterfall, there's one of those hippos underwater earning that water horse name. And then in the water here, it's really hard to see at the moment because it looks like a log. There's a Nile crocodile there in the water. But again, make sure we're fully seated. It is going to be hard to see, but we have to be safe before all.
Oh, I see it. Oh, that's cool. You did? You saw the monster?
Just kind of turn behind and see if we get a good look under the log right behind us. They are the largest crocodiles in Africa. They're 16 feet long when they're fully grown. They have been a keep them down to get close to 20. But now for the thrill ride aspect of the safari. Are we ready?
Yep.
And that's it. That's our full speed. All 10 miles an hour. And that's downhill. Did you know we're the fastest ride here in Animal Kingdom? Don't fact check me. But right here is a baobab tree. They're also called the tree of life. They hold hundreds of gallons of water inside their bark. Animals chew on or dig into that bark to get water.
Look how cool that tree is.
Because we could have up to 9 months with no rainfall in the savannah, so it's really important to find water sources like that. Otherwise, they might have to migrate hundreds of miles at a time. And everybody, welcome to the savannah. This is the largest and most open portion of our trip together. Let's see who's around, because they do kind of scatter or group up everywhere they want to. But right in front of us are the Hartman's Mountain Zebra. They have slightly smaller hooves than other zebras. That helps them get their footing in that rough mountainous terrain.
What, Termite Hills?
Yeah, we have sort of antelopes over there, right?
Are they pigeonies?
And on our left, inside their den, are the African painted dogs. We're going to get a better view as we go around this big rock here.
See the doggies? See the doggies? Look
There they are. Those are some of the most successful predators in Africa. They're pack hunters, things that bring down prey much larger than themselves. And then way over there are these sable antelopes. They're the symbol of the Harambe Reserve. They're one of the few antelopes with the, when they choose a fight or flight instinct, they choose fight and they'll defend themselves. But right here is the exact opposite. The springbok. The springbok are known for their jumping ability. They go about 6 feet high or 13 feet across in a single jump. And they will definitely prefer to run away than fight something. If you look at their neck, they have something called a dewlap. That's a flap of skin in the middle. And that helps to cool them down. It's full of nothing but skin and blood vessels. So when the air goes over it, it cools down the blood in the dewlap and sends it back to the rest of their body. And that's right, there are wildebeest here. They're on our right-hand side. And the second most densely populated mammal on the planet. Really? They'll move in herds of 1.5 million in what's called the Great Migration. And straight ahead in the bushes, he's been hiding there all day, there's an eland right in the middle of the bush. Elands are the largest antelopes. They're about 6 feet high at the shoulder. And when they walk, you can hear them move. They make a popping sound with every step. That pop is their tendons clicking over their knee joints. Now for humans, that's difficult. But for an eland, that's normal. That's a way to communicate where they're going and how many are going that way. There's a couple more wildebeest right here. The wildebeest are also called the gnu, and that's for their vocalizations. That's what they sound like when they vocalize at each other. It's just a gnu. And then I see someone chewing up here on the left. That's a giraffe. This is the Maasai giraffe. Oh, they're all together in a tower. And then there's the baby there as well. And that little one there is only a couple of months old. And when they're first born, giraffes are already 6 feet tall. They're able to run and walk within their first couple of hours after being born. So quite a bit different from people. Also, unlike people, it takes about 14 months for one to give birth. And they give birth while standing up.
I love when they're like out of their habitat.
And there's a lot of trees here, so that's a good idea that we are near some elephant territory. So we're gonna watch out for them. Let's see if anyone's being shy at the moment.
Where are they at? Look, a monkey.
There he is on the right-hand side, way over in the canyon. Staying out of the sun a little bit. They do get hot like us, but they have another way to cool down. Do you remember what I talked about with those zebra and their dewlap? The elephant ears work the same way. It's just a bit more of an active process. They flap those ears back and forth, and that's going to make the air cool down the blood in there, and that gets sent back to the rest of their body. Now, I did mention those trees being down for a reason. Elephant trunks are strong enough to pull a tree straight out of the ground, but they also have enough dexterity to pick up a single blade of grass at a time as well. There's well over 40,000 muscles in that trunk alone, and that's part of how they're so strong, but also so dexterous. Cliffs here are full of red clay. That's important for elephants because they dig into that with their tusks and they eat portions of it as a way to get extra vitamins and minerals. But it's just like if you're taking a multivitamin back home. And as we turn here, you'll see on our right-hand side some of those tusk marks on the cliff. It's a good indication of elephants being here. And I see some on the left. So we're going to try to get closer to the rest of that herd.
Oh, yeah.
There they are.
Oh, that's two.
Spotted two.
Oh, there's another
I saw three.
one.
You did? Really?
Oh, wow. Whoa. How does that tree look like an elephant?
That's awesome.
How does the tree look like an elephant?
Looks like an elephant.
Yeah, it looks exactly.
As you watch them here, if you notice they're covered in dirt and mud and dust on their back as well. They throw that all over the place, and that helps cool them down, and it sticks to their back and acts as kind of an elephant sunscreen.
Cool. We're gonna go across the river.
And now it's time to go into the water.
Now we're going to the water. We're on the water hawk.
So, right in front of us, you just came out from behind the rock, that's the baby elephant. That's why I stopped here. That little one there is about a year and a half old. Oh, hi, sweetheart. Around 1,000 pounds by this point. When an elephant's first born, though, they're 300 pounds on average. And it takes 22 months for an elephant to give birth. So, quite a long time.
That's their flamingo. That's their
And before I
flamingo.
talk about the flamingos, there's some baby ducks next to us, and they're just really cute. But these flamingos here are the greater flamingos. They're some of the largest flamingos in the world. They get their color from their food. They eat shrimp, krill, and algae, and that all
Oh,
contains
there, look at those two
beta
fighting.
carotene.
Look at them fighting.
That's going to accumulate in their body, give them that pink color as they get older. When they're first born, they're much more of a whitish gray.
look, more dogs. That was what they did. Remember the baby chickens?
The red
We are still in the savannah. It's just a bit more of a wooded area of it. Some of the animals here prefer to be under trees and in the shade as opposed to that big open plain. Now on our left is a mud pit. That's called a mud wallow. Now that's for rhinos. They cool down the same way that elephants do with that mud, but instead of throwing it all over the face, they're going to roll around in it and lay down in it. So we're going to watch out for them because they could be anywhere out here. But before that, on our left-hand side, under the tree, there's a couple cheetahs laying down together. Those are the fastest land mammals. They can run up to 60 miles an hour. Now, cheetah claws aren't fully retractable unlike other big cats. They're always sticking out just a little bit. And that makes them act like cleats. They dig into the ground and get that extra bit of traction. And that traction helps them to get 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds.
You think you can outrun a cheetah?
There's another one in front of us as well on the left, right in the tree line laying down. It's nap time for all the cheetahs apparently. They also sound a lot different than other big cats. They don't roar like a lion or a tiger would. They meow and purr and hiss and sound like a really big house cat. And up ahead, speaking of big cats, are the lions. So those are the African lions. And seeing them moving around is kind of a rare sight because they rest 16 to 20 hours a day. And that's going to recover their nighttime when they go hunting. And now ahead of us, in the bushes, if you take a look there, it's kind of hard to miss. That's a rhino. That's one of the white rhinos. The white rhino gets their name from a mistranslation of the word vite in Afrikaans, which means wide, and that refers to their wide, flat mouths that they have. We didn't get to see the black rhino's face, but they have a much more pointed snout. The others are right over there too on the other side of that tree. They're staying out of the sun a little bit.
You see the lions still? Yeah, they are. Up there.
There's another good view of that female lion. The females are going to do most of the hunting, but the male will join in as well if there's no cubs to stay and protect. And that male is still growing. He's got quite a bit of growing left to do. So when he fully roars as a full-grown lion, you can hear it up to 5 miles away. Right now, not so much. Ostrich in the road. And a cardinal. A couple of them, actually. Not be getting distracted by animals that aren't on the
Oh,
safari.
there's another one over here on your side. Look.
That ostrich in front of us is the largest bird in the world. They can run about 40 miles an hour.
See the ostrich thing?
When they eat, they're going to swallow rocks and stones and then stay in their stomach. Oh, there's another one on the road.
Standing in the road.
They get a little stubborn like that sometimes. But they're going to swallow those stones, and that stays in their stomach and helps to grind up and help digest that food. They don't chew because they don't have any teeth, so those stones stay in there to help with that. And eventually those stones will wear down. They regurgitate those, and then they're going to swallow new ones, and then keep that process going. And it looks like it's finally out of the road, so that's also our turn to move too. Knowing her, she's going to get right back in the middle of the road at the moment, so we're going to keep on going. I don't know why you're staring at us like that. Hello. Now, being the largest bird in the world, you would assume they lay a giant egg, right? Well, on the right, you can actually see some of them. Right over here on the right side of the road, those ostrich eggs are about 3 pounds each. And they have a tough enough shell to withstand a person standing on them without breaking. for a weight equivalent, they're about 24 chicken eggs each.
I was going to say that's
They are massive.
So that means it's 1 round of 44 minutes.
And everybody, welcome to the Guiding Glen. This is the Warden's Outpost. Here at the Warden's Post, there's Nigerian dwarf goats hanging out and about. There's some on top of the hill here. Now those dwarf goats are known for their milk as well as their climbing ability. The big dwarf goat, this is their full size. There's one inside the Jeep too. And on their own safari. And that big yellow box hanging out there, that's a bee box. That's for honeybees on the left side. So if anyone here is afraid of bees at all, you're in good company because elephants are afraid of them as well. And that's really important to keeping them safe in different parts of Africa. A long time ago, there was an issue between elephants and farmers. Elephants would eat all the crops they could, and those farmers would take the poaching to protect their profits. But there was a lot of research done right here at Animal Kingdom, and it was found that elephants are so scared of bees, they'll leave the area if they see or hear even one nearby. So with that, we founded the Elephant and Bee Project, and that's a partnership with those farmers to surround them with fences and bee boxes, and form what's called a living barrier. So when those elephants come by, the bees start to come out, and the elephants want nothing to do with that. So they'll leave the area. That keeps those farms and those elephants safe. Like I did mention, it takes 22 months for an elephant to give birth, so it takes decades to try to recover that population. It's really important if we want to keep elephants around for as long as possible, but keep them safe and healthy in the wild as much as we can. Now, folks, going through the water here does mean we have reached the end of our safari time together. We're going to be docking here very shortly, but we don't like to say goodbye here at Harambe. Instead, we say Kwaherini. Kwaherini is a Swahili phrase that means to go well. So Kwaherini, everybody. Once again, my name is Daryl. I hope you had a fantastic time with me today. And if anybody here is a wilderness explorer, our truck's name is the Simple One. So I'm going to board the Simple One. That is our sign to go ahead and dock. So Asante Sana, everybody, that is thank you. Thank you for joining me.
Hey guys. Hi.
Hi.